Hey everyone, welcome to the premiere episode of Craig Carroll's Game Day. I'm Craig Carroll, executive sports editor of the Bristol Press and New Britain Herald, and self-proclaimed college football expert. As I enter the 6th season of my college football picks column for newspapers across the state, I thought it was about time to take the column to a whole new level. We here in the sports department wanted to give college football fans and our readers something more. So we put together what we hope will be an informative and entertaining weekly show for everyone to discuss, enjoy, and of course send us letters demanding we find new jobs. I won't be here alone, however. Joining me this and every week will be New Britain Herald and Bristol Press sports writer Anthony Della Calce.
Thank you, Brad. I'm excited to be here and talk football, and also may I add that the song you're hearing right now, the Virginia Tech fight song, probably foreshadows the biggest game of the week, the Virginia Tech Boise State game that we will talk about later on.
I think you might be right. You know, when choosing someone to fill this seat next to me, I needed a person who not only loved college football, but knew the game inside and out. I needed someone who was fearless. Well, Anthony knows college football. And as you can see, to sport a goatee nowadays, you know this man has no fear. Welcome aboard.
Thank you.
Now, if you followed this column in the pages of the Bristol Press or New Britain Herald the past 3 years, or on my blog at bradcarrollgameday.blogspot.com, you know something like this wouldn't be complete without my arch rival and brother. Craig Carroll, or more accurately, the evil one, will be part of the program as well, although I'm not quite sure what he has planned in order to give us his picks each and every week. So, with all that out of the way, Anthony, are you finally ready to kick off the college football season?
I am absolutely ready to kick off the college football season. All the fans out there are ready to kick off the college football season. Let's talk about these games that we have on tap for the opening weekend.
Let's get right into it. 7 games, 7 picks. Here we go. First up, the UConn Huskies traveling to the Big House to take on the Michigan Wolverines. Big game for the Huskies.
Big game for the Huskies, and I like them in this game. I like what Coach Randy Edsall has been doing ever since he got to Storrs. They have 17 starters back, the Huskies do. They shouldn't be afraid of anything. They should be ready to go, even in a hostile environment. Michigan, on the other hand, they've been nothing but a mess since Rich Rodriguez took over 2 years ago. 2 years, no bowl games, losing record. I don't think that changes this year. I like UConn to start their season off on a winning note. They'll win this game 20-17.
You know, I can't argue with anything you said about Michigan. They have been a disaster under Rich Rodriguez. Something about it, though, tells me that this could be the year that maybe a Big Ten championship happens. Probably not. Maybe Michigan fans can hope. But I think Michigan opens the season with a win, 24-14 over UConn. Next up is Miami of Ohio, not the Hurricanes, at number 4 Florida. Big story here. Can John Brantley pick up where Tim Tebow left off?
Well, in the season opener, he certainly can. As you said, Miami of Ohio Redhawks they're playing, not the Miami Hurricanes. Florida will have no problem. Brantley will have no problem winning this game. They'll score many, many, many points. They'll probably score in all 3 phases of the game, offense, defense, and special teams. I expect Florida to cover this huge spread and win this game 56-6.
You know, it's statements like that that make me realize that I made the right choice in this colleague right here. Saying that Florida's going to score on offense.
Cutting edge analysis as always.
I got to admit, Florida will score several times on offense. No doubt, 42-7, not even a contest. In our next matchup, Purdue travels to Notre Dame and will kick off the Brian Kelly era in South Bend.
These two rivals are in similar spots. They're both welcoming new quarterbacks. Purdue has Robert Marve, the Miami transfer. Notre Dame has Dane Chris taking over for Jimmy Clausen. They're both athletic guys. The difference here, Notre Dame has more weapons around their quarterback. That'll be the difference. Notre Dame opens up at home. They won't win by as many as the experts think, but I think they'll win this game 32-27. Start off the Kelly era on a winning note.
I agree. You know, the Notre Dame offense is going to be in full gear. Brian Kelly's already met with NBC telling them that they're going to air it out. They're going to be ready to go. NBC needs to get back from commercial quickly. It's going to be a wild and crazy year at Notre Dame. I agree Notre Dame wins the game, but they cover the spread 31-17.
What is that music? What's going on here?
I am being handed a piece of paper from our technician. Oh, no. Well, we thought it was going to come. Here it is. I've been instructed to read a statement from the evil one. Craig has made an appearance. He wants me to read this, not my words. Here we go. I hate to interrupt this bore fest, but I just couldn't take listening to 2 guys who obviously have no clue about college football. Brad, seriously, did you really believe that you could replace me with some goatee-wearing poser? I didn't. Anyway, I'm back to steer you viewers away from these 2 simpletons, and I promise to turn all of you into winners if you listen to me. And just so you guys know, I will crash this little party every week with the only picks you should listen to. In fact, after I'm done, feel free to go back to surfing the web. First off, for my game of the week, Boise State and Virginia Tech. I would actually like both teams to do well this year, but in a game with two evenly matched teams, you have to go with the team getting the points. So Virginia Tech it is, plus 2.5. Here's the rest of his winning picks. Michigan, minus 3. Miami of Ohio, plus 34.5. LSU, minus 3.5. TCU, minus 13.5. Notre Dame, minus 11.5. And finally, Cincinnati, plus 2.5. Tune in next week for another round of my winning picks. For now, back to the two most boring people on the internet.
Really? Boring? I don't think so. I don't think they're winning picks either.
Maybe so far. We'll turn that around. Let's get this out of here. All right, next up on the docket, we got a Saturday night game where we start off with number 24 Oregon State traveling to the Cowboy Stadium to take on number 6 TCU.
Two players to watch in this game. Oregon State's running back, Jacquizz Rodgers, shifty, pint-sized running back, very good. I expect him to have a good game, but I expect the quarterback from TCU, Andy Dalton, to have an even bigger game. He's underrated. He's very good. I like TCU to win this game 27-20.
Yeah, I think the most interesting thing about this is Oregon State can actually take out both upstart Cinderella teams, TCU and Boise State, in the same season. That just seems unheard of nowadays, where a Pac-10 team could take out both of those. Do I think they're going to do it? No way. I think TCU wins this game. It's all offense. But Oregon State keeps it close. They lose by a touchdown. They cover the spread. But TCU gets the victory. Now, for the Monday night primetime game on ABC, which features number 21 LSU and number 18 North Carolina. This game is all about two programs on the decline, but for completely different reasons.
Yeah, North Carolina's in disarray right now. They have two investigations going on that could leave them shorthanded. 16 players may be suspended for this game, including key defensive players. I think that is all you need to know about this game. I think it's going to be ugly. I think you're going to see turnovers, quarterback mistakes, but I like LSU to win this game. They're 7-1 at the Georgia Dome. I like them to win 22-13.
I totally agree. LSU, not much to say. They're going to win. They're going to take advantage of North Carolina. 24-17, that's the pick. In the late games on Saturday, Cincinnati takes on Fresno State. This is all about the Big East looking for a big victory on the road.
Yeah, Cincinnati's won back-to-back Big East championships, but they have a new coach this year. I think they'll still get off to a winning start this year. They won at home against Fresno State last year, 28-20 in a close one. I think they'll win another close one on the road. Expect some points to be scored in this game. Cincinnati 30, Fresno State 26.
I agree there's going to be a lot of points scored, but I think Fresno State's actually going to take down Cincinnati 42-38. The Big East gets beat on the road. Finally, the big one, Monday night. And here we go, one of the most opening game importance in college football history. That's right, third-ranked Boise State and number 10 Virginia Tech meeting Landover, Maryland in an early season blockbuster. This is a big one.
Yeah, this is a huge matchup right now. Two teams that are very nationally prominent programs. Everyone knows who they are. Virginia Tech should have the home field advantage playing in D.C. A lot of their fans will be there for that game. The advantage that Virginia Tech has is their two outstanding running backs, Ryan Williams and Darren Evans. That should be the difference in the game, I suspect, even though Boise State has an outstanding offense as well. Kellen Moore is an early season Heisman Trophy candidate. He should have a very good game as well. But I think Virginia Tech, which has struggled somewhat in games earlier in the year, will get off the schneid and start the season on a winning note, winning this game 24-20.
I love Kellen Moore and I love Boise State. I think the offense is going to win this game, and I think Boise State has the better offense. This is going to be Boise State all the way. I've gone back and forth, but I'm going with Boise State to win this game. And hey, they might make a run to the BCS National Championship. Boise State 27-24 is what will become an instant classic. So there you have it. For more, check out the pages of the Bristol Press, the New Britain Herald, and Brad Carroll GameDay.blogspot.com. For Anthony, I'm Brad. We'll see you next week.